Good morning, guys. This is 1111 Raptured Saint, October 25th, 2021. Thus saith the Lord, Behold, I will raise up against Babylon, and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me, a destroying wind, and will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her, and shall empty her land. For in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. Against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow, and against him that lifteth himself up in his brigadine. And spare ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her lost. Thus the slain shall fall in the land of the Chaldeans, and they that are thrust through in her streets. For Israel hath not been forsaken, nor Jordan of his God, of the Lord of hosts, through their land was filled with sin against the Holy One of Israel. Flee out of the midst of Babylon, and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain, if so be she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go, everyone, into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies. Right now, you guys, the Lord, and this is the thing, Babylon is not just a country, okay? It talks about it in just a second, and I find it throughout the whole entire Bible. It talks about the harlot. The harlot is a very evil group of people that it talks about in Revelation. That's a separate group of evil people. The beast hates the harlot, okay? The harlot kills millions of Christians in 10 days. Go look at Revelation. So let me get back to the reading, you guys. It just upsets me because harlot is upon many shores. And so all over the world right now, take care, take notice to this warning and this message. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain. If so she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go everyone into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies. The Lord hath brought forth our righteousness. Come, and let us declare in Zion the work of the Lord our God. Make bright the arrows, gather the shields. The Lord has raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes, for his device is against Babylon, to destroy it, because it is the vengeance of the Lord, the vengeance of his temple. Set up the standard upon the walls of Babylon. Make the watch strong. Set up the watchmen. Prepare the ambushes, for the Lord has both devised and done that which he spoke against the inhabitants of Babylon. O thou that dwellest upon many waters. Here we go. This is the harlot. The harlot's getting ready to come in, and she is going to be working her way all across from the 4 points all across the world. O thou that dwellest upon many waters, abundant in treasures, thine end is come, and the measure of thy covetousness. The Lord of hosts has sworn by himself, saying, Surely I will fill thee with men, as with caterpillars, and they shall lift up a shout against thee. He hath made the earth by his power. He hath established the world by his wisdom, and has stretched out the heaven by his understanding. When he uttereth his voice, there is a multitude of waters in the heavens, and he causeth the vapors to ascend from the ends of the earth. He maketh lightnings with rain, and bringeth forth the wind out of his treasures. Every man is brutish by his knowledge. Every founder is confounded by the graven image. For his molten image is falsehood, and there is no breath in them. They are vanity, the work of heirs. In the time of their visitation they shall perish. The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. Yea, the Lord of hosts is his name. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. For with thee I will break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms. Hallelujah, you guys. When we come back, we're going to smite them into dust. And with thee will I break in pieces the horse and his rider. And with thee, it's talking about the rapture again when we come back with Jesus, you guys. And with thee will I break in pieces the horse and his rider. And with thee will I break in pieces the chariot and his rider. See, I love it when the Lord repeats himself, because that means it is real. This is the real deal. Like, he is not playing. And when he starts to repeat, when he repeats himself, he means business. With thee also will I break in pieces man and woman, and with thee will I break in pieces old and young, and with thee will I break in pieces the young man and the maid. I will also break in pieces with thee the shepherd and his flock, and with thee will I break in pieces the husbandman, and his yoke of oxen. And with thee will I break in pieces captains and rulers, and I will render unto Babylon and to all the inhabitants of Chaldea and all their evil that they have done in Zion, in your sight, saith the Lord. Behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountain, saith the Lord, which destroyeth all the earth. We have like 70 volcanoes going off right now, you guys. And I will stretch out mine hand upon thee, and roll thee down from the rocks, and will make thee a burnt mountain. And they shall not take of thee a stone for a corner, nor a stone for foundations, but thou shalt be desolate forever, saith the Lord. Set ye up a standard in the land, blow the trumpet among the nations. Prepare the nations against her. Call together against her the kingdom of Ararat, Mini, and Ashkenaz. Appoint a captain against her. Cause the horses to come up as the rough caterpillars. Prepare against her the nations with the kings of the Medes, the captains thereof, and all the rulers thereof, and all the land of his dominion. And the land shall tremble and sorrow. For every purpose of the Lord shall be performed against Babylon. This is the big one, guys. To make the land of Babylon a desolation without an inhabitant. The mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight. They have remained in their holds. Their might hath failed. They became as women. They have burned her dwelling places. Her bars are broken. One post shall run to meet another, one messenger to meet another, to show the king of Babylon that his city is taken at one end, and that the passages are stopped, and the reeds they have burned with fire, and the men of war are affrighted. For thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, the daughter of Babylon is like the threshing floor. It is time to thresh her. Yet a little while, and the time of her harvest shall come. Nebuchadnezzar the king of Babylon hath devoured me. He hath crushed me. He hath made me an empty vessel. He hath swallowed me up like a dragon. He hath filled his belly with my delicates. He hath cast me out. The violence done to me and to my flesh be upon Babylon. Shall the inhabitant of Zion say, and my blood upon the inhabitants of Chaldea, shall Jerusalem say. Therefore thus saith the Lord, behold, I will plead thy cause and take vengeance for thee, and I will dry up her sea and make her springs dry, and Babylon shall become heaps, a dwelling place for dragons, an astonishment, and an hissing without an inhabitant. They shall roar together like lions. They shall yell as lions' whelps. In their heat I will make their feasts, and I will make them drunken, and they may Rejoice and sleep, a perpetual sleep, and not wake, saith the Lord. That sounds like the Matrix, you guys, after they take the chip and they just sleep and they're in their virtual world, like eating fake French fries. I don't know, y'all, but I'm done. I'm done with this place. Okay, it sounds kind of like that, doesn't it? I will bring them down like lambs to the slaughter, like rams with what? With he goats. He goats. How funny. With he goats. I will bring them down like lambs to the slaughter, like rams with he goats. How is Shishak taken? Hold on, sorry. And now is the praise of the whole earth surprised. How has Babylon become an astonishment among the nations? The sea has come up upon Babylon. She is covered with the multitude of the waves thereof. So here we come. I opened this today. The Lord told me to open this Bible right here, and I just listened to him. When that voice comes, it's not an audible voice, you guys. But when he tells me, I feel it. And if I don't do it, if I don't listen, it just keeps on. So I had to open, and it was Jeremiah 51. And this is the longest chapter, but it is really getting somewhere here. And it seems like this is a very serious time we're living in. It really is, you guys. It is time to get saved. It's time to get baptized if you haven't been baptized, so you can be baptized in the fire after that. Because I didn't even know there were 3 baptisms, but the fire of the holy fire baptism is awesome. Once you get your water baptism, the holy fire baptism comes after. It's awesome. So anyways, guys, please get baptized and saved and truly believe, because that is the truth. So let me see where we're at here. Okay, as Babylon... Then the heaven and the earth and all that is therein shall sing for Babylon, for her spoilers. And he's talking about doing, like judgment against all the graven images and stuff. Because when you think about it, also, y'all, look back at chapter 11 in Genesis. Chapter 11 in Genesis is all about Nimrod, right? And it's about the Tower of Babel. Well, there was never any judgment. He just confounded their language and then sent them on. Nobody was ever judged. Okay, we're at that point again where they're trying to have one order, where there's one religion, and then one. When you go over and look at the UN, they want to make a one language as well. So the language is when everybody's connected with their little chip. Okay, that's how the language works. But anyways, y'all read each other's minds, or however they're going to do it, because it's like a hive mind. But it's so scary. So I'm going to finish this, you guys. I could talk and talk and talk. So I love you guys, and let me finish up here, okay? Ye that have escaped the sword. Okay, I'm sorry. As Babylon hath caused the slain of Israel to fall, so at Babylon shall fall the slain of all the earth. Ye that have escaped the sword, go away, stand not still. Remember the Lord afar off, and let Jerusalem come into your mind. We are confounded, because we have heard reproach. Shame hath covered our faces, for strangers are come into the sanctuaries of the Lord's house. Wherefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will do judgment upon her graven images, and through all her land the wounded shall groan. Though Babylon should mount up to heaven, and though she should fortify the height of her strength, yet from me shall spoilers come unto her, saith the Lord. A sound of a cry cometh from Babylon, and great destruction from the land of Chaldeans. I wonder on the old map where the Chaldeans is located. If anybody knows, message me. Because the Lord has spoiled Babylon. It probably is Babylon. Because the Lord has spoiled Babylon and destroyed out of her the great voice, when her waves do roar like great waters. You guys, I'm about to lose my stuff, so I'll do a part 2. I love you guys. All blessings and honor and glory and power be unto the Lamb that sits on the throne. Hallelujah.